I'm here to speak about the injustice that's going on in the world today. It's too much now. We're watching videos of people being murdered in the street. And it's such an outrage because it's just an outright disrespect. We have video, we have audio, we have everything that you would need to prove that a crime was committed, but yet we have political leaders who are coming and standing in front of us, in front of our nation, here in America, and telling us that there wasn't a crime committed. Everyone's constantly pointing out that he committed a crime, but it was illegal for him to perform a chokehold on a person. We're talking about people here. This is no longer black and white. This is just an injustice among people as individuals. How can we watch a man be murdered in the street, watch a police officer murder a man in the street, and we ignoring as it is nothing? As there was a young man last week who was shot in the staircase, and then we say it's a lack of training. Then they say, oh, we need to spend our money on body armor cameras when there's already video and audio that has been ignored. You said there wasn't a crime committed? It's a shame now. It's disrespectful to the families of the people who are being killed and murdered in the street. I have to turn on the news and be with my children and be afraid. I have a son. I have daughters. I have friends. I have family. And this is just crazy to think that I have to teach them to be afraid of the people who are supposed to be protecting and serving us. But I'm here to let you know that that is over. We are not afraid. We are not going to live in fear. And I think that that's where it all comes into play. You're thinking that we're afraid, but we're not. What we are is lacking in knowledge. It's not your fault anymore. It's our fault. It's not the police department and the government. They're not going to fix this way of living. It's us as people. Because the people on the grand jury are the ones who said there was no crime committed. So even though the police department didn't reprimand him at all, no, it's not on them. It's us as people. We have to realize that we don't deserve this type of treatment. You can't say that he was committing a crime and that the police officers have the right to execute someone in the street. We heard the man say that he didn't even commit the crime they were accusing him of. And honestly, I don't know what happened, but I know that I did watch a man being choked and it result in death by a police officer. It is too much. But as I said before, through knowledge, we will prove that this will end. This is how it will be stopped. By letting them know you cannot just stop me on the street and accuse me of a crime and execute me on the spot. That is the end of this injustice. We pay our taxes towards the police department so that we can have people who are protecting and serving us. We put our trust in you, that you would be the one to go into dangerous situations and still be able to treat people as individuals. Even as a person, even though they're committed a crime. Take them to jail if necessary and let the court system handle it the way that they're supposed to. And then we'll see how it turns out. It is not, I repeat, it is not the job of police officers, NYPD, or across our nation to execute someone in the street. Where is your decency? Where is your respect for people? They showed this officer waving at the camera when he saw that a young lady was recording it. It's unprofessional and disrespectful. And then they tell us that, oh, we have you in our prayers. Who do you pray to? To say that you would murder someone and then wave and you are supposed to be there to protect them? But We will educate each other. We will put this word out. And I'm standing here right now to let you know that this is over. We, as a people, I am inviting like-minded individuals to come out and speak against and know your rights and pass that on to others. It's not just black and white. Even though we have the NYPD targeting African Americans, they're looking at us as black people and saying that there's a problem between the NYPD and black people. But it's people as individual, no matter what the race is, no matter what is happening. Because this type of force that is being used, the way that the situation is being approached, when the man was in the staircase and they said because he was afraid, because the lights weren't working inside of the project. This is where people live every day, where the lights aren't working in the projects. This young man was a person, somebody's father, somebody's child. It's the way of thinking that needs to be changed. The way the situation is approached, that is the problem that we are facing. Police officers are murdering people in the street, and you need to know your rights. They cannot do this, and we need to let them know that we are not afraid. We don't need to be afraid of them. They need to be afraid of us.